Live from the soccer complex on the campus of Wheeler High School, RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports presents the 2013 high school boys soccer season, where this evening in a non-conference matchup, the Wheeler Bearcats host the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Good evening, everybody. Mike Knezovich along with Ken Rosenbaum to bring you all the exciting play-by-play action in this matchup between the Cougars and the Bearcats. The Wheeler Bearcats have had one game in the book so far. They come in with a mark of 0-1, and the Kankakee Valleys check in with a record of 0-2. We want to thank the folks that are making tonight's broadcast possible here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports for the 2000 campaign, and they include the great folks over at Arcelor Middle. Want to thank them for their terrific support throughout the campaign. Also, State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scapel Buick GMC, located at 3209 West Lincoln Highway on Route 30 in Maryville. Teachers Credit Union. Teachers Credit Union provides many products and services that can help keep your finances on track. Visit them online at tcunet.com. Christensen Chevrolet on 45th and Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland. The United States Marine Corps. You will learn to walk with honor. You'll gain the wisdom to command with decisive resolve. You'll take your place among the most elite warriors on earth. The few, the proud, the Marines. If you think you have what it takes, call 1-800-MARINES or log on to marines.com. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest privately owned bank. Centier Bank, member FDIC. Breakthrough Podiatry, a revolution in healthcare and in foot care. Check them out online at knowyourfeet.com. Horizon Bank. Did you know that Horizon Bank is a top 200 community bank, is rated by U.S. Banker? Horizon Bank, exceptional service and sensible advice. Omni 41 and Parisi Speed School. Champions train at Parisi, and they enrich the lives of our members and guests 24 hours a day. Schwartz Redson and Company, an accounting firm located on East 86th Avenue in Maryville. Also by Albert's Diamond Jewelers of Cherville, Indiana, in business for over 100 years. Levin Tire, with 7 convenient Northwest Indiana locations. Levin Tire, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918. Tech Federal Credit Union, for a great rate and convenient terms on a vehicle, home, personal, and business loan. It's Tech Credit Union. The Northwest Indiana Soccer League on the web at nwisl.com. The Tauber Law Offices on Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville for all your legal needs. And the Millennium Soccer Club. Take your game to the next level with professional coaching and training with U9 through U18 premier travel soccer teams. Tryouts are coming up at the end of October. We also want to thank 2 of our game sponsors for tonight's action between the Bearcats and the Cougars. They include Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont. State Farm's slogan is like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We also want to thank the great folks over at Value Flooring. They're located on Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso, and they're the name you can trust, exceptional value as well as exceptional service. And you can check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com. They're family owned and operated for over a decade. Good evening, everybody. Mike Knezovich, joined by Kent Rosenbaum. Adam DeMary is going to be doing a great job on the camera again out here tonight, as Adam Demery doing a terrific job over at the Griffith game that we had on Saturday, and he's going to be making his debut on the radio side of things coming up tomorrow night for the girls matchup between Chesterton and Valpo. But Kent, we're on the boys side here this evening. A couple of programs that have had a lot of success here in recent years. Kankakee Valley boys and girls have really stepped up their game and become very competitive in the Northwest Crossroads Conference, and the Wheeler Bearcats, both the boys and girls programs, doing a great job in the Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference.
Yeah, both programs have had great careers lately. They've been doing a nice job of developing their players, and they've got a lot of good community support that really helps out. The girls are off to a great start this year. They're 3-0, and Wheeler had a good run in the tournament last year. They made it to the semifinals of regionals, so they had some good success there. They're coming in today starting 5 seniors, 1 junior, 2 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. So you can tell it's a rebuilding program that they have right now, and they were off to a slow start. They lost their first game over at EC. They lost it 6-2, but EC's got a nice program over there, so it was a good barometer on one of the things they have to work on for this week to compete against KV.
The Kankakee Valley Cougars, meanwhile, coming off a 9-8-1 campaign last season. Jason Vanderwood, of course, taking over for Father Dwayne. It's been a family affair over there at Wheatfield and DeMont for many years with the Kankakee Valley soccer program. And the Cougars had a very disappointing and heartbreaking loss to the Rensselaer Bombers in their first game by a score of 6-5. And then they ran into Brian Sherwin's Boone Grove Wolves last time out in a 3-1 loss. But we're going to visit with Jason a little bit here in the pregame show, Kent. And he was definitely pleased with the effort of his kids, maybe just not the result.
Yeah. Boone Grove's got a tough program down there. They've really come along well. A lot of the Southern Porter County schools have really put together some nice organizations. And again, it goes back to community support. But Rensselaer, I'm sure that's a game that they thought that Ian is probably very disappointed that they didn't get away with that game. But they do play a pretty tough schedule. I mean, they don't shy away from anybody. You look down their schedule, Mike. They're playing the Munsters, they're playing the Maryvilles, the Hobarts. Hobart looks to be rebounding this year. They go up against Portage, Highland. Highland we saw the other day, Saturday.
Yep.
They look very tough. They've got a good challenge against them this week. They play Crown Point, so I wonder if Mike Basin's going to be giving me a call for scouting tips. But they don't shy away from playing people. That's for sure. So they have done a great job down there, boys, girls. And I tell you what, Wheeler is developed a very good athletic program in general. I mean, all their sports do very well. They got a tennis match going over there right now, and their basketball program's done real well. Their baseball program does real well. So hats off to the Wheeler athletic community over here.
Yeah, Coach Johnson sitting to our immediate right. The coach over here at Wheeler doing a terrific job. Now doing some PA over here with the soccer program. And right now the athletes just kind of getting loosened up out there prior to tonight's ball game. And we've also got some action coming up on Regional Radio Sports coming up tomorrow as well. Doubleheader, as a matter of fact, going to be coming your way coming up on Tuesday, and then a single game on Wednesday. On Tuesday, you're truly, along with Kent, we're going to be heading down to DeMont for the girls matchup between Kankakee Valley and Munster. And I tell you what, Kent, it's always a big rivalry game between the Mustangs and the Cougars, but when both come in undefeated, Munster 1-0-2 and Kankakee Valley 3-0, that kind of adds a little bit more salt to the taste of that rivalry.
Well, I tell you, when you make that long drive, you want to make it worthwhile. And Munster this past weekend was over at the South Bend St. Joe tournament, and they came up tied against South Bend St. Joe 2-2. And then that was on a Friday night game, and then on Saturday they played South Bend Adams, beat them 5-2, and then they tied Homestead. Now those are some good programs over there that they competed well against. And let me look at my rundown here on where people are ranked. But I think that Homestead girls, they're pretty well. They're ranked up there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a perennial powerhouse, and I know that Valparaiso also tied them 0-0 out there as well. So two programs from Northwest Indiana, one from the Duneland and one from the Northwest Crossroads Conference, doing the region proud there.
Well, I'll tell you what, South Bend St. Joe, that Munster tied 2-2. Their preseason rank was number 10 in Class 2A, and Homestead came in. They're ranked 11, Mike.
Yep.
In 2A, so nothing to sneeze at there. Some good jump start into the season for the Munster Mustangs.
We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to have a chance to visit with Jason Vanderwood, the head coach of the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Teams right now going through their pregame warm-ups. We're about 11 and a half minutes away from the starting lineup introduction and the start of this ball game here, this non-conference matchup here tonight. Starting to cool off here a little bit as the sun goes down here on the west side of the complex here in Union Township as we get set for what should be a great matchup here tonight, non-conference style, as the Wheeler Bearcats host the Kankakee Valley Cougars. You are watching exciting and award-winning coverage of Northwest Indiana soccer on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. Having some technical difficulties here with the stop set, so we're going to maybe we can get it here going here in a second here. So apologize for that, but we're going to get the spot going here in a second, and thanks some of the folks that are making tonight's game possible here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
Introducing the new IU Athletics checking account and the exclusive IU Athletics Platinum Debit MasterCard, available only at Teachers Credit Union. The IU Athletics checking account offers an exclusive and free IU Athletics Debit MasterCard that earns a rebate with no fees. You'll also enjoy all of TCU's convenient products and services like internet banking, mobile web and text banking, and internet bill payment. Show your spirit with an IU Athletics checking account and the exclusive IU Athletics Platinum Debit MasterCard and open an account today. For more information on TCU's products and services, visit tcunet.com or stop by your nearest TCU service center. The new IU Athletics checking account and the exclusive IU Athletics Platinum Debit MasterCard, available only at Teachers Credit Union. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA and we're an equal housing lender. Account subject to eligibility, terms, and conditions. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for complete details.
This spot is sponsored by Schwartz, Retson & Company, a certified public accounting firm serving Northwest Indiana since 1926. Located in Maryville, Schwartz Retson has a staff of over 30 professionals, making it the largest CPA firm in Northwest Indiana. Schwartz Retson specializes in financial statement preparation, tax planning and compliance, accounting write-up, succession planning, retirement planning and reporting, business valuations, and other requested engagements. Thanks for considering the professionals at Schwartz Retson for your professional tax and accounting needs. Radio Sports as we get set for this non-conference matchup here today at Wheeler High School as the Kankakee Valley Cougars take on the Wheeler Bearcats. We're going to visit with head coach Jason Vanderwood of the Kankakee Valley Cougars, and coach, narrow loss to the Rensselaer Bombers in the opener, and then a tough loss to a very good Boone Grove team back last Thursday to start the season. Not the start that you would like to, I'm sure, with the kids, but I know you know the effort is there, and it's just a matter of tweaking a couple little things here and there.
Absolutely. The Rensselaer loss was heartbreaking more than anything. That's when we kind of plan on being able to start the season off well and come away with a W. But in this case, we fell short there in the last few minutes, and we didn't finish the game. I think both coaching and player-wise, we had some hiccups and things we had to get through, and we corrected a lot of that stuff. We played Boone Grove real well then Thursday night, and the final score obviously didn't show it, but our efforts were there, and Boone Grove's a good club, so.
Coach, senior-laden group this season with just 2 juniors and the rest of them upperclassmen, and a good cupboard of returnee players that had some good numbers for you last year. As you take a look at this senior class, what did they bring here as far as a leadership on and off the field for you?
I think the leadership is better probably this year than maybe last year. As far as individual-wise goes, we have a couple players who can, while on the field, conduct the midfield that needs to be kind of orchestrated, and we picked up some players in the back that I didn't really feel were. Last year I didn't know that they were going to be able to take on these roles, and so that's really cool to see those guys kind of mature into those positions as leaders on the field as well, off the field in practice and things like that. So we're really excited about that. And, those were tough shoes to fill, graduating 12 seniors last year. Mm-hmm. Now we're in the same boat again with another 12. But it's a good problem to have, I guess.
Tyler Montgomery, your fine senior striker in the center there for you with 12 goals and 6 assists last season, and he's off to a great start again this season with 3 goals here in the first 2 ball games. Touch base on his game, what's made him successful, not only tickling the onion sack for you, but also setting up his wingmates, Colin Fritz, along with Jose Ramos.
Sure. Tyler's very, very fast through the middle. He controls the ball well, and when we get it to his feet, he can do great things. He's got a heck of a shot, and he's not afraid to pull the trigger, which is huge. I think that was probably one of the things we struggled with a little bit last year, was still being able to pull the trigger on a shot. And the other nice thing about Tyler, he's not selfish with the ball. If he sees one of those guys on the wings and he can distribute, and they'll get a better shot at it. Well, certainly he has that ability to do that, and does quite frequently. So we're looking for big things from those guys tonight. So.
And, Coach, to give you a wrap-up, let's take a look at keys of the game as you're taking on a Wheeler Bearcat team that had success in the postseason after kind of a rough regular season, but things came together for them towards the latter part of the regular season. And Coach Bach has them playing some pretty good soccer right now as well. So as you take a look at their personnel and what you guys bring to the table today, what are the Cougars going to have to do to come out with a win here and get on the left side of that win-loss column?
Sure. Defensively, obviously, we're going to have to shut down their shooters. That's always been a Wheeler strong point. They have guys that can shoot. And so defensively, we have to mark our man when they come through our attacking zone, through our defensive zone, their attacking zone. And two, I think the biggest thing for us is once we have to stop their attack, we need to be able to distribute the ball well to our midfield and then to our forwards to where they can make those shots that we so count on to win games.
That was head coach Jason Vanderwood of the Kankakee Valley Cougars joining us here on the pregame show on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. Coach Vanderwood, as we mentioned, taking over for Father Dwayne, also joined by Joni Vanderwood on the staff over there at Kankakee Valley, and doing a great job as they come in with 6 goals for on the season and 9 against, Kent, and of course playing in that Northwest Crossroads Conference with the Munsters and the Griffiths and the Highlands and the teams of that nature. And like you said, we saw that Highland team very impressive this past Saturday.
Yeah, they're going to have to start figuring out a way to put the ball in the net. But, it's a good chance for them to play a couple non-conference games as opposed to a couple other teams like what we saw last Saturday where they opened up with a conference game. So it's a good chance to go ahead and unfortunately suffer losses, but it doesn't hurt you in the conference. You can work the bugs out and move on. But it's one of those things. He's got a lot of seniors starting right now. He's got 8 seniors starting, 3 juniors. So this is very aged team, so to speak. And when he talked about a lot of leadership out there, I can see how he'd expect that with all these kids that's probably been in the program for 4 years.
Value Flooring is a name to trust. We are a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. We offer a wide range of flooring services, which include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. We are family-owned and operated for over 10 years now. Exceptional value and exceptional service. You can check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com. Value Flooring, family-owned and operated for over a decade. So we've got about 2 minutes remaining here before we have the introduction of our starting lineups, Kent. And I tell you what, a nice evening for soccer here. The sun's starting to set here. The wind kind of gently coming across the field here from the southwest, about maybe 10, 15 miles an hour, but shouldn't be too much of a factor out here tonight.
Now, what will be a factor is the heat, the humidity. It's a hot one out there. And the other thing is for the goal. This field sits east and west, so the keeper that's going to be on the east side is going to have a pickle with that sun setting for about another 45 minutes because he's going to be staring straight into it. But I'd expect that the halfway through the half, the officials will go ahead and stop it, make sure the kids get some water breaks because it is a hot one out there today.
And also, another sponsor of today's game is Dave Long State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We want to thank Dave Long State Farm Insurance in DeMont for their support of the student-athletes from Kankakee Valley High School, as well as all the student-athletes across Northwest Indiana. Kent?
Find out why Levin Tire Center has been voted the Times Best of the Region #1 tire store for 4 years in a row. Family owned and operated since 1918, Levin's has 7 full-service locations in Northwest Indiana, offering free shuttle service to work or home while they work on your vehicle. Check out the Sunday Times or Post-Tribune for valuable coupons or visit their website at www.levintirecenter.com. Levin Tire Center, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups here between the Wheeler Bearcats and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Starting out for the visitors from KV, they'll be dressed in their red jerseys with the white numerals and the white trim down the side of the trunks as well as the jerseys. They will have on their front line, they're going to go with a three-man striker position here, Kent, which is kind of interesting, trying to get some of the firepower up on top.
Yeah, we saw some of that in the JV game already, which was successful for them. The JV took an early lead and just kept on pounding away, taking advantage of Wheeler. I think they ended up 9-0.
Colin Fritz, a junior, will be off the left side in the top of the lineup for head coach Vanderwood. Jose Ramos, a junior who had 6 goals and 2 assists last season, he'll be flanking on the right side. And the central striker for the Cougars will be their main man, number 11, Tyler Montgomery. Montgomery already has 3 goals on the season, coming off a campaign when he had 12 goals and 6 assists last season. At left fullback is number 1, Derek Tesh. And I tell you what, we're just going to go ahead and send it down to Coach Johnson here, and he's going to introduce the lineup for both ball clubs. There you have the lineups for both the Bearcats and the Cougars. And right now we are going to face the west part of our complex here and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And once again, special thanks go out to all of our men and women here in the United States as well as overseas for everything they do to fight for our freedom each and every day. The Wheeler Bearcats, they're going to be dressed in their white home uniforms with the orange numerals and trim. They'll be moving from right to left on your laptop. The Kankakee Valley Cougars in the red and white, moving from left to right. And Kent, what do you look for here in the early part of this match?
Right now, it's just I think Wheeler should come out strong, trying to take advantage of that sun and get it up high so that keeper can't see anything. So usually in the first 10 minutes, they're just trying to feel each other out. They probably heard about each other and what their strengths are. But right now, it's just don't get caught up in the jitters and the excitement of the other team and let them have a goal get in right away.
Regional Radio Sports wants to thank Tauber Law Offices. They're located at 1415 Eagle Ridge Drive in Schererville for their continued support of student athletes. They practice general, civil, and trial law in all state and federal courts, specializing in personal injury, wrongful death, real estate, corporate wills, and probate, family divorce, and criminal law. They also service the trust, estate, and business planning needs of their clients. Call Tauber Law Offices today for all your legal needs, 219-865-6666.
Today's game is being sponsored in part by the Northwest Indiana Soccer League, leading sanctioning body for youth soccer across much of Northwest Indiana. If you're interested in soccer for your area's youth, get in touch with Northwest Indiana Soccer League on their website at nwisl.com.
So we get set to go here, and of course, the winner of this match will pick up win number 1 on the campaign and give them a nice springboard heading towards conference play.
Or they could both walk away with a tie because it's a non-conference game, so it will not go into overtime.
Yep. That's a good point there, Kent, as we saw a lot of that happening over the weekend over in South Bend with some scoreless ties as the Homestead Spartans tied both Valparaiso as well as Munster in girls soccer. And a situation there where both teams got some nice experience against some top-ranked opponents, both there for Valparaiso. Munster Chesterton was also out there performing as well. Islis right now for the Bearcats deep in the corner. Get some help from 4, and let's see what they're going to call over there. Maybe a throw-in here.
It's going to be a throw-in right against the flag on the near side here, Mike.
Yeah, and they're going to be going up into the wind in that particular situation on this throw-in. But they get nice strength to the far side, and a good job by Whitfoot to come out there, Kent, right in between about 3 or 4 Bearcats there and knock it down.
Yeah, they had some people right there to go ahead and try and head it, but he got his hands just over their head and was able to pull it down and suck it in. That's too bad the keeper from Griffith couldn't have been doing that last week, or actually both keepers, because they both had trouble with those high balls.
Yeah, there were a couple of free kicks that ended up in the back of the net in that ball game on long kicks from the midfield third area on the play that were not handled by either netminder. Now in the defensive third for the Bearcats, and they're just going to go ahead and use Patrick Berg as an extra defender back there. His kick goes errant over the near touchline. It'll be a throw-in here for Brian Smith and Kankakee Valley.
I think the defense caught the keeper by surprise on that one, tipping it back to him. So he just, before he could lose the ball, he went ahead and kicked it off at the touchline.
Reyes now trying to get some help in the midfield third on the play for Colin Fritz, the fine striker for the Cougars. Here's Tesh now, one of the top returning scorers for the Cougars off the left side. 38-25 remaining here in a scoreless first half from the soccer complex here at Union Township here at Wheeler High School. 50-50 ball knocked up the elevator shaft as they go with a pop shot into the 18, and a good job by Berg there, Kent, to recognize that situation and not lay back and come out aggressively.
Well, the other thing, too, is the defense was pushed up far. They kept the offsides line way out there and gave Berg a lot of room to move, because as they tried to pop it over the defense, he had room to maneuver.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
No kidding. Let me get warmed up here, I guess. But he was able to get up and get the ball.
Throwing now to Islis off the far side. Those spinorama move. Tried to do the nutmeg over there off the far touchline. And it will be a throw-in now for the Bearcats in the offensive third. Coming up on 2.5 minutes gone here. Nice reverse kick on the play to his defensive there by Daniel Reyes. And now here comes Tesh for the Cougars. Long centering pass off the right side looking for Jose Ramos. Nice job getting out there by Alex Asher, and now keeps it in bounds and then knocks it off the charging Cougar for a Bearcat throw-in.
Yeah, very good play. Was able to run that ball down, take it to the outside, and make a strong play against the defense to go ahead and maintain control for the Bearcats.
Coming up on 3 minutes gone here in a scoreless first half. Again, great job by Adam Demery on the camera here out tonight, and he'll be on the radio side of things coming up tomorrow night with Porter County Conference play, and it's always a great back-to-back part of the mid-part of the week, boys and girls soccer with Chesterton and Valparaiso going at it. Now here's Cam 4, gets some help in the midfield third on the play from number 2, Ben Moritz. And they tried to go give and go there through the top of the 18 there, Kent, but just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, Orlich didn't make a good clean pickup on that one and ended up kicking it over the goal line on this near side to set up this goal kick.
Value Flooring is a name to trust. We are a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. Value Flooring offers a wide range of flooring services, which include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. Value Flooring is a family-owned and operated business and has done so for over a decade. Value Flooring, exceptional value and exceptional service. Check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com.
A hurried throw-in right in front of us by KV resulted in a bad throw, giving the ball back to the Bearcats. Now they're moving the ball slowly down the field. They got another throw-in that's about midway through their offensive half.
Just trying to slowly pick up some real estate here and get something into the midfield third now are the Bearcats. Good counter now on the play by Reyes for Kankakee Valley over to Ramos. Nice, dangerous ball in the midfield area, and a good job again by Alex Asher. But he got his pocket pick now in the third on the play, centering pass at the 18. And they had an opportunity there with Tesh on the left wing, but couldn't get him the soccer ball.
See, that's the disadvantage that KV has right now of not playing that extra midfielder, because if they had the two in the middle there, that ball would have bounced right out to him.
Nice through ball on the play, and good recognition on the play by Berg to come out there. It was a nice give and go in the midfield area. Good centering pass that time by Adam Hanley for the Bearcats.
Is that Whitfoot?
Yep. Now far side on the play. 5 minutes gone here in a scoreless first half. Cross now comes here to the near side to Smith. Nice crossing over dribbling ability. Goes up on the 18 on the play looking for Montgomery, the leading scorer for the Cougars. And the Bearcats definitely know where number 11 is at all times.
Yeah, they're trying to feed him every time. The two opportunities that they've tried to create have tried to go over the defense and get him chasing down the ball.
Right side fullback position to Joey DeSimone. We had a chance to visit with Joey during the preseason soccer show over at Hallmark Sports Club 2 in Maryville. Fine student athlete, also a terrific interview as well. Now Cam 4 outside the 18 with his back to the defense. Gets some midfield support on the play from the aforementioned Hanley. Back over to Cam now working his magic. Here's his laser beam knocked down to the defense. Nobody home on the left wing for the Bearcats, and a good job by double threes out there. Niehoff to knock it away. Bearcats come back with a shot near side, just past the post, as Ben Moritz with a laser beam from about 26.
And a diving stop by Woodfoot. He had to dive to his right, stick his arm out, because that was going into the near post.
Corner kick coming up. Number 1 for the Bearcats is Ben Moritz, the senior, will do the honors here on the near touch line. He'll be looking for 4 and company. 33-39 remaining in a scoreless first half. Let's see if they go short on the play. They do so, or it's picked up on the play by Melvin. Looking for Islis inside the 18, and he whiffed on that one.
Swing and a miss.
And the Cougars come back with now on a long cross play. Nicely done by Fritz as they get it into the offensive third quickly to Montgomery. Tyler, spinorama move, comes into the box on the play. Centering pass, and a great job defensively by DeSimone to knock it away.
DeSimone saw that happen. Dropped back, covered the middle very well, and was able to intercept that pass, because they had Montgomery had him lined up right in front of the net. If it hadn't been for DeSimone coming back to kick it away, that might have been in there.
7 minutes gone now in a scoreless first half in this one as they play give and go and then lose control over the near touch line, and it will be a throw-in for the Wheeler Bearcats. Actually, they're going to call it a free kick in the defensive third.
After 107 years in business, Elvis Jewelers is the oldest and most respected jewelry store in Northwest Indiana. Their reputation is worth its weight in gold. They've also been voted #1 jewelry store in the Best of the Region contest for 16 years in a row. Trust their family to buy your unwanted jewelry, gold, silver coins, diamonds, and watches at the very best prices. The Alberts Diamond Jewelers, 711 Main Street in Cherville and in the South Lake Mall in Maryville.
Centering pass looking for Islis again. Now midfield support, but a miss hit there by Danilo Orlich. Just outside the 18 as they had it teed up for him. And right now, Islis causing some havoc there for the Cougars defense.
Yeah, he's having a good run back there. He had a great opportunity on that last foray, but he just kind of swung and missed because he was about right in the middle of the box.
Attention Northwest Indiana elite boys and girls soccer players, take your game to the next level with professional coaching and training at Millennium Soccer Association Vardar. Millennium Soccer Association Vardar is a premier soccer club in Northwest Indiana who fields teams for both boys and girls ages U8 through U18. They'll be holding open tryouts at the end of October for all ages. Player and coach excellence include 2 Indiana State semifinalists. For more information about tryouts, visit their website at millenniumsoccer.org. That's millenniumsoccer.org, or contact Vangel Nikovsky at 219-577-5509, or send him an email at fodball@aol.com. That's FODBAL at AOL.com.
KV working down the opposite sidelines by throw-ins. They get it down into the box, but it's kicked away over there by number 24 for Wheeler, and that's Henson. Kicks it over the far touchline, so KV will have another throw-in.
Coming up on 10 minutes gone here in a scoreless first half as Derek Tesh will do the honors on the far touchline. And he'll be looking for his teammates in the midfield third. Islis doing a good job of marking up now on Likens for the Cougars. 3 gets the pass on the play in the midfield area. That's Niehoff. Near side it goes now to Smith. Brian looking for a pass in the middle. Shot by Reyes is knocked down easily.
Reyes is covering a lot of turf out there for KV. He's back and forth up and down that middle after 10 minutes of play.
Now a nice centering pass, and Berg intercepts the cross that time from Colin Fritz, as that was intended on the right wing there. And now back come the Bearcats. 30-17 remaining. Nice crossover dribbling ability here by Moritz as they try to go with a nutmeg here to Hanley. Hanley off the left side now getting some support from 4. Good job of back checking there by the Cougars. Number 5, Adam Conley. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats.
Yeah, he just kicked it out of bounds on the near side, let his team reset.
Midfield third now, Moritz trying to change the field on the play. We've talked about that with D. Simone now as he goes 50-50 on the far side. And Coach Bach discussing some dinner plans with the central official on that one. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars.
Yeah, D. Simone did a little tackle job to try and get that ball, which was called by the ref. So free kick awarded to KV, who gives it right back to Wheeler.
Looks like these teams are pretty evenly matched so far, Ken.
Yeah, nobody has really dominated the first 10 minutes of play, that's for sure. But you can see KV's game plan. KV's game plan is to try and just punch it over the defense and let their Montgomery run.
They've had a lot of long forays from that midfield third over there as Brian Smith gets the centering pass on the play. They try to go with some triangular soccer, knocked away nicely defensively by Andre Ruesta. And now they come back here on the near side, knocking it away from Cam 4 for Wheeler. Brian Smith now for KV on the right wing. Long centering pass looking for Montgomery. And again, Berg, he's not going to stay in those pipes. He's going to come out aggressively and make the stop. And tonight's soccer match is brought to us by Dave Long State Farm in DeMont. Dave Long State Farm Insurance, a proud supporter of the Kankakee Valley Cougars tonight. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Dave Long State Farm Insurance is that shot well over the mark that time by number 13, Adam Hanley for the Bearcats.
He did a nice job. He had the opportunity. He was about 30 yards out. You never know what the vision is with the keeper, but as we mentioned earlier, the sun is right in his eyes. So go ahead and take your shots while you're open. You never know what could happen. That's the second shot of the night for Wheeler. Cougars have yet to put a shot on goal.
Also want a special thanks go out tonight to the Wheeler Boys Soccer Boosters. The Wheeler Boys Soccer Boosters responsible for us being out here tonight. We want to thank them as they wish the Bearcats continued success in the Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference as well as in postseason play. Thanks again to the Wheeler Boys Soccer Boosters.
Thank you very much. And
great job by Ty Eaton, who's really done a great job of promoting local soccer here in the community. And we're definitely going to be following the Bearcats on both the boys and the girls side this season. And so far, so good here. So I think we may be back.
Yeah, you like your hookups, and they're working well, huh?
Yes.
When I came up, you said we were broadcasting on a string. I thought, am I going back home or what? So
I figure I'd give it a little bit of the little business on that one.
Yeah, I had a few chores. I was like, well, I got something I do got to do. But
Renz Elmira, a junior forward, now is going to come in here, and he will replace number 26, Jose Ramos, in the lineup. As Elmira, 5 goals and 3 assists last season. So the junior showing some good speed on the right wing for Coach Vanderwood. 27 minutes exactly remaining in a scoreless first half here at Union Township. Cam Ford now on the left wing for the Bearcats. He's one of the top players for Wheeler. Here's his cross as they look to the far side on the play. Islis was over there, and a great job by Derek Tish that time. Kent back-checking Tish, back-checking there on the right wing.
Yeah, it was a good thought to send it to the far post and try and bring it back in, but good defense by Wheeler back there, or by the Kougars back there to not let him get his head on it.
Now Ramos in the midfield third. Again, they go long on the play, and Berg is right there as they tried to go for the speedster on the right wing, number 7, Renz Elmira. And
like I said earlier, Mike, credit the Bearcats defense. They're pushing up fast. They know what's going on. They're giving Berg plenty of space to move back there to go ahead and get his hands on the ball.
Boy, Berg, what a powerful howitzer shot there with the right leg with a little bit of a wind behind him. And now back come the Bearcats with a centering pass on the left wing on the play to Orlich. Oh, he tried to go into the middle. Now he recovers outside the 18, trying to get the right foot free. And a terrific job there by Michael Vega with the save. Now here comes Islis outside the 18, trying to go on the right wing. They tried to go upper 90, far side on the shot. And a good job there by Whitfoot to cut down the angle.
Yeah, he sent it a little bit over the net, but you got to start firing on the net. That was number 3 for Wheeler.
That was Brendan Melvin. Yep. So he gets credit for a shot on that one. 25:30 remaining here in a scoreless first half. And Value Flooring, located at 1515 Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso, is a proud supporter of our live video cast here tonight at Wheeler High School. Value Flooring is a name you can trust. They are residential and commercial flooring as well as contractor in the Valparaiso areas. Now Tesh lines it up with a shot on the play and a save by Berg to the far post. Value Flooring has flooring services that include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. Value Flooring is family-owned and operated for over a decade now. Exceptional value and exceptional service at Value Flooring. Check them out at the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com.
Yeah, a moment ago there, Wheeler dodged a bullet. The defense kicked it back to Berg. Berg had to run way out of the net to kick it back into play. When he didn't make that great of a kick. Fortunately for them, KV couldn't control the ball because the net was wide open and the defense was still pushed up.
Islis just got tackled from the backside by Jordan Likens for the Cougars. So that's going to result in a free kick here. Haven't been many fouls called, unlike the game we had on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
They were flying all over.
I ran out of check marks.
Now left side on the play to Moritz. He's on the right side, gets the left foot free with a nice crossover to DeSimone. Joey with a spinorama move now on Tesh, trying to get it to the 18, but the Cougars have the answer. As we're now down to 23:55 remaining here in a scoreless first half between the Cougars and the Bearcats. Nice run onside now on the near side of Montgomery, doing the tightrope walk here on the right wing. Tyler coming in now, trying to get the afterburners going. Gets by a defender on the play. Saved by Berg to the short side.
Good save, dropping down because he's trying to go between Berg and the post. He was trying to look like he was going up top, then went back towards the post. Great job of saving that by Berg.
He just kind of flicked his right toe that time, Ken. Got some great pacing on the ball with not a lot of movement on the foot.
All you want to do is try and surprise him. You just need that instant to get him by because he was only about 4 yards away from him.
Now they do the tightrope walk here on the near sideline. Is Cole Rabicki is in there now on the right side for the Cougars, number 18. So Dwayne Vanderwood, along with Jason, his son, going to that bench early and often here. Bicycle kick by Moritz to Islis. Now he does the same thing on the play. They got a streaking number 5 coming in there with DeSimone coming up from his midfield spot. And, boy, he was looking for potential tickle of the onion sack there.
He was looking for bear on that. Woodfoot did a nice job of seeing it happen and come out and getting it.
Give and go to Moritz. Right side looking for Islis. Nice job of coverage by the sweeper Michael Vega there. And he also gets it to stop on the line and is able to get it back to the midfield third. 22:31 remaining in a scoreless first half. Midfield area to DeSimone. DeSimone trying to go with a nutmeg.
Too many dribbles. He had people on right and left to pass to and tried to go through the middle.
Hanley now has it go off his right foot. A good job by the newly inserted Rabicki to knock it away. And now Montgomery comes back on the play to Tesh. Derek Tesh now on the left wing. He's got some real estate in front of him as Hanley tries to line him up. Back to Montgomery outside the 18 as he knifes in. Tries with a nutmeg on the play. Almost a handball down there, but it was inadvertent as the Bearcat went down. Ramos with a laser beam off the post. It's still loose out there, and Asher knocks it away for a corner.
That was one heck of a shot from probably about 25 yards out, but equally great save. Berg dove out, hit it with his opposite hand, and then hit it against the post, and it went back out in front of the net, and one of the Wheeler Bearcats kicked it over the goal line for a corner kick. This will be KV's first corner kick, but nice series of plays there by both teams.
Get the maintenance crew out with the paint on the post on that one as Fritz gets it into the box nicely, but it's knocked out by the Bearcat defense. Coming up on the halfway part here of a very entertaining and scoreless first half, and now 4 got taken down. Well, almost should have maybe let that play go because the Bearcats had the advantage there on the right wing.
They had some numbers up there, but the ref wasn't up on top of the play. He was still back a little bit too far to see the players that were going on the outside.
Yeah, I think that's what Coach Bach was talking about there to him a little bit on the sideline. So it will be a free kick now for the Bearcats with 20:56 remaining in a scoreless first half.
Hey, one thing that's impressive, KV's got some wheels. I mean, they move the ball quick. When they go after the net, they're doing it real quick. So it's not like they're setting up a lot of plays. They're more bang, bang.
Henson's shot into the box, knocked down at the defense. And have to try to see who that was actually Villapando, who's in there right now. So we've got Lucas Villapando, a defensive player in there now. Now Berg decides to stay put on the play. A shot to the far side again off the post twice with Montgomery off the rebound from Elmira. And right now the Cougars are playing pinball off the post on Berg.
Yeah, if they got points for posts, they'd be winning big time, but not this time around. That was interesting because the ball went up top, hit the top post, and Montgomery was charging, went off his chest, went off the side post, and then went back in play.
They did everything but score on that one. Throwing now to Islis, who's demanding a lot of attention. Back to the far side and trying to save it in front of the pylon there was Brendan Melvin, but he ran out of real estate, Ken.
Tech Credit Union can help you pay off your debt sooner with a debt consolidation loan by combining higher interest rate credit card balances and other loans in a single loan interest rate. You can do a lot of things with that money, including pay off other big debts, borrow up to $25,000 at a low fixed annual percentage of 8.99. For details, visit Tech Credit Union online or techcu.org or call their lending specialist at 800-276-TECH, 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, and the offer may end or change without notice.
Now Islis will get a well-deserved break because into the ball game for the Bearcats is number 15, junior Billy Morgan. And he will set up at the outside midfield position now for Coach Bach. Cross now into the midfield third on the play. They try to give and go now with Hanley. Just outside the bikes. Nice crossover dribble. Here's his cross to the far side. A shot just past the newly inserted Morgan off the far post.
Greatly well placed. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better placed shot. He just didn't have any support on the backside to tip it in.
Again, special thanks go out to the Wheeler Bearcats boys soccer boosters for their support of the ball game out here tonight. The Wheeler boys soccer boosters proud to represent Union Township here, and they wish the Wheeler Bearcats best of luck in their quest for Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference and postseason success.
Who'd you have on that last shot? For Wheeler?
It was actually kind of a cross. I don't think it was a shot. They were trying to get it over to Morgan on the cross.
Because it would look like
it was Hanley that had the cross.
It was nicely placed. There's just nobody home back there to help out.
They're going to call a foul on the Bearcats with 17:58 and counting remaining here in a scoreless first half. So the newly inserted Lucas Villapando will come in now. The Cougars are missing their top sweeper, Cody Sisma. The senior is out of the lineup. He's going to be out for a 3-game period here, so they're trying to get some new defenders in there to help out with that void. Little chip shot into the offensive third as it goes back on the play now to Elmira. Renz lost it over the near touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats. So we've had 3 posts hit, 2-on-1 play by the Cougars. But so far, nobody's been able to dent the score sheet.
Yeah, so far, Wheeler's had 3 shots on goal. KV's had 5, and probably 4 of them coming in the last 5 minutes.
Now a nice counter here by DeSimone, trying to get it over to 4. And, boy, you could just see the attention that Cam 4 demands. 8 goals last year on the season. There were 3 Cougars right there with him. Now in the offensive third on the play, little spinorama move over there by Colin Fritz, and his shot goes past the far post. It'll be a goal kick for Patrick Berg and the Bearcats. Valley Flooring is located at 1515 Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso, and it is the name to trust. They're a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. Value Flooring offers a wide range of flooring services, which include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. Value Flooring, a family-owned and operated business for over a decade now. Exceptional value and exceptional service at Value Flooring in Valparaiso on Roosevelt Road. You can also check them out on the web at valueflooringvalpo.com. Counter now on the play by the Cougars. They move it up the right side nicely till Elmira tries to get by the defense. Here's his cross in the area.
Oh, good recovery.
Job by DeSimone to get back, Ken. And we saw DeSimone over in the game against Highland last year. He does a lot of those little things great for the Bearcats.
He does a lot. He covers a lot of the field, plays the position well, is able to get back, recover, know where the man is to mark.
Nice slide tackle there in that sequence by number 12, Michael Vega, the sweeper for the Cougars. He's the man that's in there right now for Sisma. Now here's Tesh in the midfield area. He goes right there 50-50 with Ben Moritz for the Bearcats. And now a lot of physical play going on, and trying to get a whistle and finally doing so is Daniel Reyes for the Cougars.
They have 3. This will be their 3rd direct kick. It's going to be taken about 10 yards inside the Wheeler half.
It'll be Derek Tesh now with a little float ball at the 18. They go with a reverse header to the far side to Elmira. Now he's trying to get back in there on a play, and a good job off the weak side by Alex Asher for the Bearcats.
Orlick had a little bit of indecision there for Wheeler and almost let the ball get by him.
Good job by Whitfoot to get in there on the play as the Bearcats try to draw the foul to no avail.
Whitfoot gets the punt at the top of the box, just sends it barely to midfield, still handled by KV.
Tesh with a reverse heel pass now gets the return on the play off the left side by Colin Fritz. 14:36 remaining here in a scoreless first half from Wheeler High School. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season, and they're laying it on the line here tonight at Wheeler.
Good slide tackle there by Ehrlich just to kick the ball over. KV throw in right here in front of us.
Ribicki now looking to Montgomery, who tried to head it over to Elmira, but Renz was actually going downfield, and Montgomery kind of went horizontal on the header.
No team can seem to keep it in play over here in front of us.
14 minutes remaining here in the first half. Nobody's been able to tickle the onion sack yet. Now Tyler Montgomery trying to change that with a pass to Fritz. Henson is right there with him, right along the far touchline. Cross nicely done on the play, changing the field to the near side again, looking for Elmira. Nice job of back checking on the play by Orlich for the Bearcats.
Oh, KV's doing a nice job of switching the field back and forth, trying to create space, stretch out that defense of the Bearcats.
Left side now to Tesh. Here's his cross on the play. Berg comes way out as Elmira was right behind him on the right wing.
They were going back and forth. He was going for Elmira on this back post over here. Bird seen it coming and was able to intercept it about 12 yards off the goal line.
13:22 remaining here in a scoreless first half here from Union Township. Long centering pass to 4, and again, good job by Whitfoot to come out. Both Whitfoot along with Berg are not sitting back idly. They're coming out aggressively in between the pipes.
I was just going to say the same thing. Both of these guys are very aggressive keepers. They're coming out, and they're coming away with the ball. That's what you always talk about as a coach. If you come out as a keeper, you better come up with the ball.
4 now trying to go with the reverse heel pass on the play to the newly inserted Morgan on the right wing. And they blow that play dead, so it will be a free kick now for the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Regional Radio Sports wants to thank Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont for their support of the student athletes playing in tonight's game. 12:25 remaining in the first half of this one. So far, they have not taken any of those water breaks that we had anticipated. The student athletes out there playing. Both coaches have had been pretty liberal with their substitution, though. Now a little deflected ball is going to be picked up by Vega back there as he spins away from the on-charging Melvin for the Bearcats. Now Hanley going 50-50 over there as Conley knocks it away for Kankakee Valley. Less than 12 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first half. Bearcats now offensive portion midfield third to Moritz. Right side now to Morgan. Trying to do a little loop there to the midfield third to Cam Ford. Tries to turn on the ball. And boy, the Cougars extending the defense out there. Now they go with a give and go that time by Moritz, but that was knocked away, and now good midfield support now from Ruesta.
KV doing a good job of keeping their defensive line, their offsides line up there at the top of the box, not sucking back in.
Hanley with a cross there and a great header by Cam Four right on frame.
I'll tell you what, I'd give him a shot on that one because
absolutely.
He was going for the goal, fourth shot of the game now for the Wheeler Bearcats.
Look at D. Simone now knifing in on the box with a shot to the short side, and Whitfoot comes up with the save. It'll be a corner for the Bearcats.
This will be the second corner kick for the Wheeler Bearcats.
Doing the honors will be
who'd we give that shot to?
Ben Moritz, as that was on the right side there, Kent. D. Simone had the penetration there off the far side.
Fifth shot now.
So the corner coming on now, coming up on 10 minutes remaining. You're in a scoreless first half. Down the hill they go with the laser beam. Gets through everybody and right into the hands of the goalkeeper for Kankakee Valley, Michael Whitfoot.
Wheeler doesn't put a lot of people up there in the box on a corner. They only had about 4 people up there, and they were all spread out.
Yeah, of course, they're worried about that Cougar counter with some of those long passes. Don't want to have anything get over their defense like we saw over at Griffith on Saturday multiple times. And now a forearm shiver by D. Simone. They say play on. This is not tiddlywinks. This is soccer.
Oh, the advantage was given up, so they finally gave it back. There was a handball against KV, so they gave the ball back to Wheeler.
Alex Asher trying for a little quick restart there, and the official says, not on my watch.
Third free kick now for Wheeler. They're taking it just inside their own half. We're down to 9:54 in the game, 0-0 tie.
Adam Demery giving you a kind of a look there of the whole complex here at Wheeler. Here's the long kick by Henson looking for Four and company. Moritz runs out of real estate. It'll be a goal kick for Whitfoot and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. And this spot is sponsored by Schwartz, Retson & Company. They're a certified public accounting firm serving both businesses and individuals in Northwest Indiana for over 80 years. Schwartz Retson prides itself in being able to provide high-quality tax accounting and assurance services to Northwest Indiana at reasonable rates. Schwartz Retson has helped clients through various changing economies and business environments over recent years. They strive to provide outstanding customer service to all their clients. Thanks for considering the professionals at Schwartz Retson for your tax, accounting, and assurance needs.
Wheeler bringing the ball over midfield, getting into the offensive third right now. Nice attempt to center it up there, but good coverage by the KV defense. Ball drifts over to the far side, and they're going to try and move the ball up on the far side in front of the Bearcat bench. Brings it back into the middle, and he's looking now to go. Oh, he was trying to go outside, but a mishit barely got to one of his teammates.
Niehoff along with Likens back in that back line for the Cougars as a centering
there
pass
they go
off
again.
The right foot of Rabicki is intercepted by Berg. I think, Kent, they need to change the angle on that, maybe a little bit more towards the central midfield area of the pitch.
Yeah, at least get it over to the side, maybe start shooting for a post, because what happens then is that then they're pulling the keeper away from the front of the net. Any errant kick like we saw earlier leaves the net wide open for them because the defense is staying way back, so they're not getting back in the front to recover the net if somebody should go ahead and be able to pop it right at it.
Hanley now for the Bearcats looking for Cam 4. Just outside the 18 is Conley now with a good job of keeping it in bounds as he gets it over to his teammate, Rabicki. 7:56 remaining. If you're just joining us, the Cougars with a couple hit posts and now into the game for the first time tonight. Number 4, Ryan Conley, a senior, will replace Danilo Orlich for this last 7:44, we think, here of the first half. Student athletes have to make sure they keep the water pumping. I'm sure they had it going throughout the day. As Cam Force throw-in now goes into the corner looking for Moritz, and a little shove there by
got
Vega.
Away with that.
That was a little shoulder shiver that time by the diminutive Michael Vega.
I'm surprised that wasn't called by the linesman or the assistant referee on this side.
That could have been a PK.
Yeah, because he definitely just did a little bit more than a gentle run him off the ball.
Made sure that he knew he was back there, did Michael Vega. Now Niehoff got his pocket picked by 4 with 7 minutes remaining here in the first half of play.
Assisted by the referee.
Have him singing some soprano out there. Now a little spinorama move at the heel there on the trap by number 15, Josh Shearer, a junior. As both teams have really gone to the depth out here tonight because of the humid conditions.
6:40 to go, and you can see a little bit of fatigue setting in on these guys right now. They're not handling the ball as they were in the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, Cam 4 is definitely gassed out there, and he's going to take a little break before getting it into play, grabbing at the knees a little bit here. Islis is getting set to come back in, and he might be coming in for number 7. Hanley's reverse header just outside the 18 is corralled out there by Conley, and he does a nice job of baiting the Bearcat defense there to get a throw-in deep in their own zone.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing right against their own flag here on the near side.
6 minutes remaining in a scoreless first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll take a look at tonight's schedule across Northwest Indiana. We'll look at the week coming up ahead here at some of the marquee matchups. We'll also look at the polls as well that just came out for Class 1A and 2A on the boys and girls side. Now a little turnaround there by Rubicki, deflected at the defense nicely by Ruista, and now back comes the Cougars. Centering pass looking for Montgomery outside the 18, goes over to Tesh. Derek Tesh got it by a defender, gets the right foot sized up, but too much helium under the soccer ball.
He wants that one back.
Goal kick for Berg and the Bearcats.
Christensen Chevy's Christmas in July sale has been extended through August. Check out great deals on all new 2014 Impala and many other 2013 Chevys with financing plans available. Christensen's also has a large commercial truck department along with an accredited body shop. Proudly serving you since 1951, Christensen Chevy is located at 9700 Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland. The phone number is 888-999-9141, and the website is www.christensenchevy.com.
4:57 remaining as we get to that bewitching hour now here in the first half of a scoreless tie. Niehoff centering pass looking for Tesh. Derek kept it in bounds as he gets some nice momentum over there. Little dipsy-do move past Morgan. Centering pass looking for Montgomery. He headed it straight down instead of towards the net. And then a nice counter on the play by Ryan Conley, but then he got his pocket pick for the Bearcats.
Yeah, that header up to Montgomery, that center one, goes a little bit behind him. He was trying to head it straight down so he could come down and get it, but he overran the cross that came in from the outside.
You can see where Montgomery has been able to put 3 goals past opposing goalkeepers this season. Tyler with 12 goals and 6 assists last season for the Red and White.
He's got some wheels. He's definitely earns those fluorescent shoes he wears.
4 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first half. Ball now in the defensive third for the Cougars, and right now you have to just guard against that mental fatigue out there.
Yeah, it's demoralizing to have a goal scored against you when you played this well in the first half.
Islis now had to go off his foot out of bounds.
It could change your whole tactics, too, how you come out in the second half, the way the heat is out there and the way kids are getting tired already.
Counter on the play by Scherer is thwarted by Moritz with 3:34 remaining in the half. Now DeSimone with a nice pass to the newly inserted number 4, Ryan Conley. Deflected off the Cougars, it'll be a throw-in. And let's see if the Bearcats can get something going here. They had a nice header by 4 just outside the 18 that got on frame the last time they were down here. Here's Cam 4's throw-in. It's a strong one. Looking for Islis on the play, and that missile off the noggin went just past the upper 90 near side.
4 had a great throw-in. That was probably 25 yards up the goal line from this near touch line, and he put it right in the front of the net, right at the top of the 6. Islis had a good header on it, but unfortunately just a little wide.
Maybe messed up his hair a little bit on that one, Kent.
Well, the way that spiked, I'm surprised the ball didn't break. You could pop the ball with that.
Now Islis with a centering pass. They say Hanley's onside. Vega comes back, and then they finally blow the play dead. That's our friend Mr. Codispoti, I think, on the far side, Kent. Terry over there with the offsides call, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks like him, yeah.
Niehoff now going to the near sideline on the play with 2:17 remaining here in the first half. Ramos trying to create some things, which he did in the first half. Now they're trying to get it to D. Simone. Good job of sealing off by Niehoff. Double threes there with a good job as D. Simone had the momentum coming right over his shoulders.
Yeah, he's got a big frame and was able to push. He was throwing his arm up. They're saying he was throwing his arm up in that blocking, so they're going to have a free kick being offered to the Wheeler Bearcats. Great opportunity with 1:45 to go. They're going to set it up about 25 yards out on the far side of the field.
Moritz will be over there along with Morgan. We're down to 1:36 remaining. Glorious opportunity. Here's Ben, shot towards the 6 on the play. Got right over the noggin of one of the Cougar defenders. 4 now will recover in the corner. Looking on the play with the centering pass to Conley. Moritz fanned on it, and then they went weak side. And a great play by Niehoff on the far side back check.
He did a nice job of checking up and seeing the opponent right there near him and just did a slide tackle and kicked it over the goal line on the far side. I'll tell you what, had he not been there, that would have been a tap-in goal for KV.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the first half as Ben Moritz goes with the corner on the play, trying to get it inside to Hanley. Force foray is knocked down at the 18, and now the Cougars maybe with a last-ditch effort here at the half. They got some numbers now with Montgomery. Joining them on the right side is Josh Scherer. They try to go inside on the play now, trying to get it back over to Scherer. Centering pass far side, and Berg comes out as they tried to go with the cross there on the left wing by Fritz to Montgomery.
Good quick transition there by KV. The defense for the Bearcats responded, though, and didn't let them get a good shot on net. Was able to go ahead and cover their passes and not let them get a good clear shot at the goal.
Down to 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Centering pass, here's Montgomery now with a semi-breakaway, and Alex Asher with a great job coming back defensively for the orange and green.
Montgomery couldn't pull the ball down. The ball bounced into his chest and then bounced off away from his feet, which helped out the defense.
Henson's centering pass comes down with 6. Far side they go to Tesh with 4. And the sands of the hourglass are going to run out here on the Bearcats and the Cougars. 40 minutes of non-conference rock'em sock'em soccer action going on here at Union Township. Both ball clubs did threaten in the first half of play, especially the Kankakee Valley Cougars with a couple balls going off the post. The Bearcats had a couple shots on frame as well. And with 40 minutes in the books now, both teams will hydrate up. They will talk to their respective coaches and get some strategy here to try to break through these tough defenses here in the second half of play. So we've completed one half of action here in this non-conference matchup here. Week number 2 of the 2013 season here in Northwest Indiana. It's the Wheeler Bearcats nothing and the Kankakee Valley Cougars nothing. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with more of our halftime coverage. We're live here from Union Township on RRSN.com and the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're your ticket to the best seat in the house since 1992.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINE.
At Omni 41, their athletic development specialists are committed to you, the athlete, with customized individual approach based upon your sport-specific needs. Our specialists will provide you with a functional performance-based training program that will help you achieve your peak performance. Omni 41 is located just 1 mile north of US 30 on Route 41 in Cherville and is open 24 hours a day. For more information, call them today at area code 219-865-6969.
In a perfect world, getting a mortgage would be quick and convenient. In reality, there can be a little more to it. The real question is, how do you get to yes in the easiest way possible? Horizon Bank is pleased to announce our online mortgage center. Apply online, even use our rate tracker to scan for the best rates. Horizon's online mortgage center. Get to yes with a leading mortgage lender. More at accesshorizon.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to approval.
Mike Knezovich along with Kent Rosenbaum back with you here at Union Township on the soccer complex here at Wheeler High School. 40 minutes of action in the books here. No score between the Wheeler Bearcats and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. And Kent Rosenbaum along with Adam Demery joining us here on the live video cast out here tonight. And Kent, very entertaining first half of action. A lot of close calls out there as both teams eventually clamp down defensively.
Very evenly, even as far as the numbers go too, Mike. It's they did play well against each other. Each team had an opportunity to get some goals in the net. They did put some good pressure on the net, but the defenses have all responded quite well. Keepers are doing a nice job of coming out. Both teams are trying to extend something, get something behind the defense. Keepers are doing a real nice job of being aggressive and taking things away. So as far as the shots go, believe it or not, Mike, they're even, 6-6. As far as the keeper saves goes, guess what? They're even. Berg and Whitfoot both have a couple saves. Corner kicks, 2 for each team. On the free kick side, the Wheeler Bearcats have had 3 direct kicks. The Cougars, I'll take that back, 4. I didn't put in that last one they had. And the the KV team has had 4 direct kicks and 1 indirect kick. Other than that, it's been a 0-0 tie right now at half. I just went outside. It is a lot cooler out there. It's a little cooler than in the sweat box you got me working in.
Put some kind of a maybe some compensation.
Yeah, combat pay. I'll take combat pay.
Well, Adam's up there in a nice cool breeze up there at the top.
Yeah, he got his combat pay on Saturday when he was up there in the heat.
Absolutely, that was you could have baked some Vosses up there. That's for sure.
But you know what? I'll think about this when we're in October somewhere, all bundled up, and I'm sitting there with no shoes on and shorts, broadcasting a game. So,
special thanks go out to the Wheeler Bearcats boys soccer boosters for their support of our broadcast out here tonight. Thanks to Ty Eaton as well as the rest of the student athletes and their families for helping us to be able to put tonight's broadcast on here. Also, we want to thank as well the great folks over at Dave Long State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Dave Long State Farm Insurance in DeMont, proud supporter of the Kankakee Valley Cougars and their support for Northwest Crossroads Conference and postseason success. We also want to thank Value Flooring. They're located at 1515 Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso. Their phone number is 219-545-2705. That's 219-545-2705. Value Flooring is a name to trust. They're a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. They offer a wide range of flooring services that include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. They're a family-owned and operated business for over a decade. Value Flooring, exceptional value and exceptional service. Check them out on the web at valueflooringvalpo.com. And Kent, let's take a look at the polls out here. We've got the 1 and 2A polls that just came out on the boys' side of things here in Northwest Indiana as well as across the state.
Yeah, the state champs from last year and the runners-up are number 1 and 2 in the 2A poll. Columbus North, number 1. Warsaw is number 2. Number 3, Avon. Number 4, Carmel. 5, Valparaiso moves up to number 5 from number 7, the preseason poll. Evansville Memorial. Canterbury's at number 7. Now remember, Canterbury just moved up from 1A this year because of their success in the tournament the last 2 years. Number 8, DeKalb. 9, Brownsburg. Crown Point moves up to number 10 from number 14 from the preseason poll. Elkhart Central, Fisher, Center Grove, North Central, Westfield, Noblesville, Chesterton comes in at 17 this year, I think, or this week. They were back at 20, I believe, the week before.
Kent, they're 3-0 now and have not given up a goal all year.
That's a great thing, and after losing Blake too to Academy ball, that they weren't expecting that, but the kids have rallied around their coach and they're coming through well. Lake Central has dropped out of the recognition for the the state 2A boys ranking for right now, but I'm sure they'll be coming back. On the 1A side, Gurin Catholic is at number 1. Bishop Lures is at number 2. Covenant Christian is number 3. Andrean is coming in at number 4 right now. West Noble, Evansville Mater D, Fort Wayne Blackhawk, Park Tudor, Gibson Southern, our Kenny Klein's team is ranked number 9th in the state. Kenny Klein came from Hobart.
Yep.
Bethany Christian, Argus, Washington Catholic, Cardinal Ritter, Hamilton Heights, Providence, and Bishop Knoll coming in at number 16, and I believe that's where they were last week, wasn't it, too? They were at no, actually, they dropped a little bit. They were at 12 in the preseason. Now they're at 16. Tri-West, Jacksonville is number 18. Greensburg and Oldenburg rounds out the top 20. So we got some pretty good squads out there, and I'm sure we're going to have some more cracking the top 20 as they go ahead and perform the way that that we expect them to do during the year.
My buddy Kevin Clossy keeps in contact with me from the BNI Warriors, and boy, they open up conference play against Hanover Central. You expect a nip and tuck game, and they put them 11-1
really?
shellacking on the Wildcats. So I think the Warriors are definitely ready for a rematch against the Andrean 59ers. We're going to have that game, by the way, Kent, Monday, September the 30th, over at Father Vincent P. Eckert Stadium at Andrean, Bishop Knoll and Andrean. That'll be a dandy.
Well, didn't we see them last year? They did their last game, and then they had to face each other in sectionals right away too.
Yep, the quick turnaround on that one. Of course, it's a non-conference game, but you can't tell that to the kids when Bishop Knoll and Andrean get together.
Not when you're playing for the Catholic Crown in Northwest Indiana.
Again, special thanks go out to all of our season sponsors that you'll be hearing on soccer throughout the season, and they include a Millennium Soccer Association Vardar. Attention Northwest Indiana elite boys and girls soccer players. Take your game to the next level with professional coaching and training at Millennium Soccer Association Vardar. Vardar is a premier soccer club in Northwest Indiana who fields teams for both boys and girls, ages U8 through U18. They'll be holding open tryouts at the end of October for all age groups. Player and coach excellence include professional coaches who are USSF licensed. For more information about tryouts, visit their website, millenniumsoccer.org, or contact Vangel Nikovsky at 219-577-5509, or send them an email at fodball, that's FODBAL, at AOL.com. That's fodball at AOL.com. What are you looking for here for keys for the second half here, Kent?
Well, I think that the KV is going to go ahead and keep trying to pound the ball up there. They've got good support out of Reyes. I tell you, Montgomery's really impressive, but they're going to try to have to get Wheeler's going to have to try and get their midfield to eliminate the pass that's even going to get up there. So they're going to have to start marking the midfield a little bit better so that the KV Cougars can't keep trying to pound the ball and just find that just one error that the Bearcats are going to make to let a ball get in.
Teams have changed ends now as the Wheeler Bearcats will be moving from left to right on your laptop. Kankakee Valley in the opposite direction going from west to east. Old Glory is now hanging limp to our immediate right, so that wind that was coming out of the northwest has now died down. And now we don't have to deal with any kind of sun glare in the goalies' faces, Kent.
No, it's very pleasant out there right now for the boys to play in. They didn't take any water breaks, but hopefully they got enough water at halftime. This 0-0 tie non-conference game. So this will be it. They got 40 minutes to go with KV taking it down the field immediately.
Other games going on tonight as well in the region. Crown Point is at Boone Grove. They got the Battle of Broadway going on tonight as Andrean is at Maryville. Griffith is at Morton and Hessville. And we talked about that Highland at Lake Central game tonight over there in St. John. In the PCC tonight, it's Hebron at Washington Township. Hanover Central is at Couts. Now Elmira tries to go with a cross. Nobody home for the Cougars. Now it's finally picked up off the far side by Colin Fritz, and he got his pocket picked by Ben Moritz for Wheeler.
Elmira did a nice job of taking it down there. Unfortunately for him, Montgomery got a little bit too deep in the box, actually well into the 6. The center went right behind him, and they couldn't take advantage of it.
Keep in mind that tonight's video cast, if you know anybody that's looking to watch the game, it will be archived as well on our website. Of course, it is live right now, but also archived on rrsn.com. We've got the video posted up there from the Griffith Highland game that we did on Saturday as well, and also still up there as well, the 19th annual Hallmark Sports Club 2 preseason soccer show that we did back on August the 10th.
Lost the ball.
Now Montgomery with the ball as he comes in there with those big neon shoes. Tyler gets shoved in the back but gets some help from the midfield third. One-timer on the play there by Brian Smith. And it goes past the near post harmlessly. It'll be a kick here now for Patrick Berg and Wheeler.
Yeah, he'd like that one back. He just tried to one-touch it and go right at the net, but it went off the heel of his, or basically the inside of his instep of his shoe and went way off mark over the goal line.
Ty Eaton, our buddy here from Wheeler, is up here right now, going up to the camera berth to check out Adam up there. Of course, Ty, very instrumental in us being able to follow the girls program over all the way to Argus to check out the Dragons in the regional semifinal. And you mentioned about Bethany Christian, Ken, and of course the Wheeler boys very familiar with the Bruins as they fell to them in the regionals last year as well over at LaVille. So a very successful season for both the boys and girls programs here at Wheeler High School, as Elmira now trying to come in there, and Asher, who's had a real strong game defensively, with a nice slide tackle that time for the Bearcats.
Elmira doing a nice job of trying to split the difference over there and get through the defense quickly. He's got a lot of speed on him. So you can look to that going to the far side a lot.
Yeah, so he's running up and down that right wing. Also into the lineup as well in the central midfield area now for the first time tonight is Matt Peters. He is a senior. So right now, Coach Jason Vanderwood really trying to get that depth going here with 37 minutes remaining in a scoreless tie. Cam Ford now with a little hesitation move there in the corner on Clay Williams, who's also in the ball game as well.
Williams did a nice job of holding his position over there, not taking any of the fakes and just staying on mark, and was able to kick that one deflected kick over the touchline and let his defense get back there and set up.
Boy, how about Coach Vanderwood's trust in his bench, bringing in Williams along with Peters in the first part of a second half of a scoreless tie.
Well, give them their breaks now so they'll be fresh for the rest of the game.
Montgomery just got chipped up pretty good there in the midfield third. I was hoping that he wasn't going to be grabbing onto that knee, but it looks like he's okay as the Kankakee Valley coaching staff and players held their collective breath on that one.
So it's going to be a free kick, though, offered to...
That's Ben, although he's going to give way now. I think Henson may be taking it. 36 minutes remaining in the match. Non-conference affair here, so we will not have overtime in the tie. So here is Austin Henson now with his free kick on the play, trying to spin it around everybody, and now Whitfoot will come out easily and make the stop on the cross. And Value Flooring is located at 1515 Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso. You can call them at 219-545-2705. They're the name you can trust with residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. Here's Cam Ford now with a centering pass, wide open near side, a shot, and a goal! Great job by Ford to get it over to the right side on the foot of Brendan Melvin, and he was able to tickle the onion sack on the play with the goal, and it will come at 44-31, and the Bearcats have dented the score sheet. They lead 1-0. What a play!
Well, that was a good job by Melvin to be following on the far post here. He's seen what was developing on the other side, and Ford did a nice job of getting his foot on it as he was falling down to put it out in front of the net. They were lucky, too, that a KV defender just happened to misstep over the ball and left the net wide open for Melvin, but a nice job of setting that whole play up offensively.
So the freshman is able to get the goal at 44-31. Cam Ford, the senior, gets the assist on that one off the cross.
Breaks the ice with 35 minutes to go in this game.
So the Bearcats, who were decisively beat by East Chicago 6-2 now, with a little bit more of a jump in their step here in this one. D. Simone now going on the play to Ben Moritz. Moritz going from left to right, now looking again for Joey, and he will reverse the field on the play now back to his teammate. Trying to get by Ramos out there, and a good job by him to knock him away. And now they'll fight for it in the midfield third is Elmira now looking for Montgomery, and he passed it right by his back.
Hit it right on his back. He had a good run going there if he could have got it through, because Montgomery's got some good wheels, but nothing is safe against this KV team as fast as they are and explosive as they've been.
Elmira trying to take a little bit of pressure off his teammate there in the offensive third. Now the ball goes off Peters over the near touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats. Jason Vanderwood getting set to go back to the bench again with Niehoff, who's done a nice job on the defensive end for the red and white. Meanwhile, Henson will go with the throw-in here right at the midfield stripe. Again, special thanks to Adam Demery for operating the camera out here tonight. He'll be on the air tomorrow on WEFM 95.9 FM for Chesterton Valparaiso girls. Kent and I will be down at Wheatfield with the crazies down there in DeMont. As we'll have our press box set up by our good friend Drew Becker. And
our tent set up?
Yep.
Our duck blind. No, it's a duck blind. That's what they put.
It's going to be a corner now for the Bearcats. And again, Ben Moritz will do the honors here on the near touchline. He'll be looking for a plethora of Bearcats who lead 1-0. 33-25 remaining.
Third quarter for the Bearcats tonight.
Let's see if they try to go short on the play. No, they're going to go far side. They get a good header on frame as Whitwood comes up with the save. As that time 4 really lined it up off the noggin, but put it right into the breadbasket there of Michael.
Yeah, that was a nice header back because they went way far post, and he was back there in the garbage position, was able to drop to a knee and head it right back at the net.
Now it gets by Peters to the right side, and now Moritz has got some real estate in front of him. Tries to do a little crossover dribble, little heel pass now looking for Orlich. Orlich now with a nice crossover outside the 18. Again, they try to change fields now on the play to Hanley. Oh, good job of getting in there in a 50-50 on a great defensive play by Vega.
Vega did a nice job at anticipating it, getting up there, making contact, but it wasn't brutal contact to take the guy out. They just made contact when they both struck the ball.
32-30 remaining. Bearcats on the goal by Brendan Melvin, the freshman, lead it 1-0. Stay tuned after the game. We'll name our Centier Bank performers of the game for each side. And now the Cougars will try to get something going, moving from right to left with Brian Smith.
That last foray back there on the offensive side for the Bearcats, as long as they've had possession the whole game.
Berg now came out between the pipes. Ramos comes back, tried to turn on the soccer ball, nothing doing. And now they'll bring it back into the offensive area, and the Cougars got a break on that one as it went off the back of 4. Now Elmira gets back onside, turns on the afterburners in the box. Now spinorama move looking for some help. Great job of deflecting it at the defense that time by Ruesta. And then they're going to call him offside on the far sideline.
Yeah, they dodged a bullet too because Elmira had a good run over there, and he was being pushed, and his shirt was being pulled a little bit. Neither the assistant or the center ref called it, but he got pretty well mauled on his run to the right side there.
Coming up on 9 minutes gone here in a second half that has seen the Wheeler Bearcats take the lead in the soccer match, trying to even up their slate at 1 apiece. Meanwhile, the Cougars trying to get the equalizer here after they've had a disappointing loss to the Rensselaer Bombers, and then also
Here's
as
a
well.
run.
Now an opportunity for 4, a shot, and a goal! Cam 4 got it in the offensive third off the right wing. The Cougars were not able to cover up off the left fullback position, and a little warm burner there to the far side by 4, who had 8 goals last year, and he tickles the onion sack lower 90 far side. The goal will come at 48-57, and the Bearcats lead 2-0.
I think in baseball we call that a changeup, because he was coming down this near side here, and then he seen the keeper was coming out hard to him, and then he just did a nice soft touch back over to the far post, the opposite post. The keeper slipped, couldn't get back up, and it just kind of trickled into the net. So nice job of, again, being in position. 2 plays where the Wheeler front line have been doing what they're supposed to do. It's not what you do with the ball. It's also what you do without the ball. You be in position. Both goals set up by their people being in the proper spots.
So Cam 4 bidding for our Centier Bank performer of the game now with a goal and assist on the evening.
Did we see who gave the assist?
I think that was unassisted, Ken.
Okay.
Now the ball knocked over the far touchline. It's going to be a throw-in now for Wheeler. So the Bearcats now kind of taking the bull by the horns here in this one with a couple goals within 4 minutes and 20 seconds of each other. Crossover dribbling ability off the left side now on the play. They go short now to Melvin. Here's his low shot, and Whitfoot comes out and gets it as he covered the low 90 far side. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Dave Long, State Farm Insurance Agency in DeMont, is a proud supporter of our coverage tonight of Kankakee Valley Cougars boys soccer action. Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wheeler's starting to hold the offensive threat here pretty regularly now in this with 10 minutes into the second half. They've been controlling their side of the field fairly well.
Throw in comes in now, knocked down by number 9, Len Islas. And now the Cougars will try to come back now. 29-17 remaining in the match. And a 2-0 lead now for the Bearcats is now Elmira trying to cut into that lead.
Oh, nice defensive work back there by Ruesta. If I get that right? Ruesta. Nice job back there. Kept Elmira in check at the top of the box. Wouldn't let him get anything on it.
Now at the top of the 18, centering pass to Derek Tesh. Goes off the right side now on the play. They got to get Tesh and Montgomery back going for the Cougars here, Kent. You got your two big guns there, and got to get the ball on the right foot and give an opportunity to get something on frame.
Well, they got to be a little more dimensional than over the top and run.
Here's the cross now on the play, and it's going to go past the side of the net on the attempt by number 13, Colin Fritz.
Find out tires are the number one safety feature on your vehicle. Keep your precious cargo protected with new tires from Levin Tire Center. Family owned and operated since 1918, Levin's has 7 service locations in Northwest Indiana. Named the Times Best of the Region #1 auto repair shop for the last 5 years, Levin's offers free shuttle service to work or home while they service your vehicle. For more information, visit www.levintirecenter.com. Levin Tire Center, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918.
Luke Metzger gets his first appearance out here tonight. The senior forward gets some action as he hits it up the elevator shaft, looking on the play for Moritz. They get it over to Islas. Now Schaber in the box area that time. I believe that was Niehoff that got the shoulder up on that play, and was definitely not taking any quarter. Now Elmira's centering pass knocked down by Henson. Headed back to the goal, and a great job by Berg to come out there with Montgomery at the doorstep.
Yeah, that ball was headed inadvertently, I believe, by the defense back towards the net, and Berg saw it coming at him and was able to jump out there and grab it because there was an attacker right in his face.
Well, I tell you what, Patrick Berg is definitely in the team photo for our Centaur Bank Performer of the Game.
I would say
for
so.
The Bearcats.
He's done a nice job back there. Very nice job.
After giving up the 6 against East Chicago, coming up against the Cougar team here, and so far pitching a shutout. We still got a lot of soccer to be played with 27 minutes remaining. 2-0 lead for the Bearcats. Now Tesh comes back on the counter. Derek centering pass, nicely done. A little bit too far as it deflects off D. Simone, who gets the return pass now on the play in the midfield third. Now Conley trying to advance things now for the Cougars, moving from right to left on your laptop. Adams' centering pass is easily stolen by D. Simone.
Rhea is starting to show some fatigue in the middle of the field for KV. He's not getting up and down like he was at the beginning of the game. That's the detriment when you only play with one center midfielder.
Now Niehoff will turn on the ball. Nice pass on the play over to Tesh.
That was nice.
Derek Tesh now coming into the midfield third, looking for Elmira on the right wing. He's onside. Renz comes in on the play. Chip shot to the far side, knocked down by Henson. Now Ramos will try to line it up over there. They knife in. Now trying to get it into the 18 on the play was Brian Smith. And maybe a little bit too much passing that time for the red and white.
Well, I tell you what, their front line's getting too far in on those crosses. All his crosses have been good, but the Montgomery and the other wing on this side are all getting in too tight.
Now Montgomery with a nice feed on the play. Colin Fritz with a shot, and it goes past the near post. Good looping action that time between Fritz and Montgomery, but the shot not on frame.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Did a nice quick turn and fire at the net. Went for the near post here. Didn't quite get it, but good movement on the ball by KV.
Value Flooring is a name to trust. They are a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area. Value Flooring offers a wide range of flooring services, which include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design solutions. Value Flooring is a family-owned and operated business for over a decade now. Exceptional value and exceptional service at Value Flooring. Check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com.
24:54 to go in the game. Wheeler's up right now, 2-0. Both goals coming here in the second half. and both within 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah, the first goal by Brendan Melvin, the freshman, at 44:31 off the assist from Cam 4. And then at 48:57, unassisted for 4 minutes and 20 seconds later. And now a shove on the play on Orlich, and now Montgomery is down on the pitch there.
Yeah, that was a pretty vicious hit. I don't think it was malicious. I think it was just one of those things, both going for the ball. Montgomery's back up, giving his opinion of the hit to the referee. I can see that, but
great job by Adam Demery, our cameraman, to get all that action right front down by the tower here. So it will be a free kick opportunity now for the Cougars with 23:58 remaining. Time to ring the cash register for the red and white. Here's the cross by Fritz on the play. Didn't quite get it over to the far side there, Ken, as he had Montgomery along with Smith there.
But he had nobody following. You got to follow. You can move as soon as the ball's kicked. There was nobody chasing the ball up. Nice, easy play for Berg to just pull that down.
Nice kick by Berg. Reverse header attempt by 4 over to Metzger. Knocked down to the defense, and now Ramos will try to regroup here for the Cougars. KV now held to 1 goal in their last 2 matches, trying to break out of it now with Elmira, as now Renz gets a half a step onto the face. Nice ground ball attack, just a little bit too far there for Colin Fritz, as the Cougars just missing those combinations by a step or two.
Yeah, either too far up or just not quite on the money. They've only had 1 shot this half so far, and right now the Bearcats have had 4, so
Metzger
2 have been successful, and we've got a takedown.
It'll be a free kick for
KV.
Metzger and the Wheeler Bearcats.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wheeler.
22:48 remaining in the match. 2-0 lead is now Jason Vanderwood getting set to go back to the bench along with David Bach. A couple players standing at the midfield third ready to come back in there. Give their teammates a little bit of a break here on a humid evening. Free kick opportunity for Metzger, right on frame, and an easy stop for Woodfoot. Michaels played a good game back there, made some solid stops, but the 1 goal, of course, was kind of an open net affair there from 4, and then a defensive breakdown on the left wing on the other goal by Cam. Now Tesh on the play over to Ramos. Here's his shot. Got good pacing on the ball from about 40 yards out, but a little bit too high.
Yeah, you just got to let it go sometime. And today's game is being sponsored in part by the Northwest Indiana Soccer League, the leading sanctioning body for youth soccer across much of Northwest Indiana. If you're interested in soccer for your area's youth, get in touch with Northwest Indiana Soccer League on their website at nwisl.com.
First game action here for sophomore Ethan Woods, who's going to be on the right wing, as heading out was Danilo Orlich, the sophomore. Nice mix of freshmen, sophomores, and seniors on this Wheeler team.
Yeah, they were starting. What did they start? They started 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores.
Now Montgomery outside the 18. Got his pocket picked as Moretz comes back. Yeah, they had a lot of veteran leadership on that team move on in graduation, but Henson's been a real nice find on the defensive end. And now a pass here on the left wing doesn't quite click. And let's see what they rule. It's going to be a throw-in for the Bearcats. Now coming up on the halfway part here of the second half. Wheeler in control in this one right now, as of now, by a score of 2-0.
But all it takes is 1 goal by KV, and the momentum shifts really quick.
Yep, like they say, most dangerous lead in soccer, the 2-0 lead. But it seems like Wheeler not laying back, Kent. They're doing a great job of controlling the midfield third right now. They're not circling the wagon, so to speak.
No, they've got some pep in their kick right now, because they're sky high. They scored a couple goals. They put a nice combinations together to do such. So KV's kind of on their backs right now, thinking, what do we got to do to try and get something in the net? Because remember, it's first half, how many they bounce off the post and the crossbar?
4 now with a nice job, and the centering pass is intercepted by Whitfoot as 4 set up on the left wing that time with Ethan Woods on a nice give and go. Regional Radio Sports wants to thank Tauber Law Offices, 1415 Eagle Ridge Drive in Schererville, for their continued support of student athletes. They practice general, civil, and trial law at all state and federal courts, specializing in personal injury, wrongful death, real estate, corporate wills and probate, family divorce, and criminal law. They also service the trust, estate, and business planning needs of their clients. Call Tauber Law Offices today for all your legal needs. 219-865-6666. Here's a cross now. Just ran out of room
side
on the goal line as Terry Codaspoti with the call on the far side.
After 107 years in business, Albert's Diamond Jewelers is the oldest and most respected jewelry store in Northwest Indiana. The reputation is worth their weight in gold. They've been voted #1 jewelry store in the Best of the Region contest for 16 years in a row. Trust their family to buy your unwanted jewelry. Gold, silver coins, diamonds, and watches at the very best prices. That's Albert's Jewelers, 711 Main Street in Schererville, and the South Lake Mall in Maryville.
19 minutes remaining in regulation in this one. And the Bearcats now are starting to substitute freely here, get some fresh troops in there, and try to control that midfield. Meanwhile, the Cougars looking to break through and make this a soccer match right now. Ramos's header intercepted there by Moritz.
They've got the firepower. There's no doubt about it. I just don't think they got the formation. I mean, they've got 3 guys up top there, and all of them got a lot of good wheels. I'd be dropping that Montgomery back into the middle more, Mike, and help out Reyes because they're losing the ball in the middle of the field.
Now tripped on the play in the midfield third. It's going to be a free kick as DeSimone went flying. So a glorious opportunity here for the Bearcats to really salt this one away with 18-19 remaining and the Bearcats up 2-0.
Yeah, about 35 yards out there, directly in the middle.
So Michael Whitfoot now will try to peer around his 4-man wall here, which is set up right at the 18. Elmira kind of sneaking up here a little bit, as they'll try a little bit of trickery here with 4 in company. Here's the shot off
into
the wall. Nice job there by the Cougars defensively as they go off to the right side to Woods. Up the elevator shaft, cross header on the play, knocked down by Conley for the Cougars. And now the red and white will try to regroup here now as they get it up to Colin Fritz. Fritz with a long lead looking for Elmira off the right side, going out there with Ruista. Elmira. Cross now looking over here to the near side on the play as they try to get something going. Deep in the territory, and a great job defensively by the Bearcats that time on Likens, but it'll be a corner here for the Cougars.
That was a nice cross by Elmira to switch the fields. If they could have got their foot on the ball, and threw it back in front, Elmira could have been coming across to tap it in.
Montgomery goes short on the play. Back over here now to the top of the 18 to Ramos. Jose Ramos trying to turn on the shot. He almost had the counter clockwise spin to curl it in just past the far post.
That was a quick release that I think shocked everybody. The defender didn't see it coming, and I don't think that Whitfoot saw it coming, or Berg saw it coming either, but it was just wide, but nice quick release there by Reyes.
So back out of the lineup now is Metzger along with Moritz, who comes off a little bit lame. Morgan comes back in at a central midfield position now for the Bearcats. We're down to 16:35 remaining in the match. Wheeler holding on to a 2-0 lead in this one. And Value Flooring is a name you can trust in Valparaiso at 1515 Roosevelt. Value Flooring, a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area, offering a wide range of flooring services that include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation, as well as design. Now Montgomery shot knocked down the defense. Elmira trying to carry on deep in the territory, looking on the far side on the play for Tesh. Derek shot to the far side, hit the crossbar. The Cougars are taking the paint off the poles out here tonight, but they can't tickle the onion sack.
He took a lot of time to set that shot up there, too. I mean, Tesh just kind of sat there and looked at it for too long, and then when he placed it, it went right against the crossbar. I thought his thought was good going high, but unfortunately, they're just snake bit tonight.
I will finish that thought about Value Flooring. You can check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. That's valueflooringvelpo.com and their website. Family owned and operated for over a decade. Exceptional value and exceptional service at Value Flooring. Again, we want to thank the Wheeler Bearcats boys soccer boosters for their terrific support of tonight's live video cast. The Wheeler boys soccer boosters wish the Bearcats and head coach David Bach continued success in the Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference as well in this October's postseason.
KV sure isn't giving up on this one. They're still coming after it hard. They've had some nice runs at the net these last 4 minutes.
Stay tuned after the game. We'll name our Centier Bank performers of the game for both the Cougars and the Bearcats. We'll also take a look ahead with 3 radio broadcasts coming up in the next 2 days. So Henson now, the tall drink of water in the back, will do the free kick in the midfield circle offensive third. Chest trap on the play. They try to get it on a give and go there with Hanley. Now Woods coming in there on the play. Got shoved away by Tesh as they go with the counter. 14-18 remaining as right now little extracurriculars going on there. And now Niehoff will go with the reset. Quickly they get it inside on the play to Fritz. Nice tap pass on the play to Tesh as the Cougars seem to be moving a little bit better on the offensive end.
They got a little more spark to them right now. They were dead there after those 2 goals were scored, but they're trying to show a little bit more life, trying to finish this game with at least a tie.
Now Niehoff comes up nicely from the defensive end, keeps it on the ground beautifully over to Derek Tesh. Tesh now trying to get a little bit of room now to try to turn on the ball. Off to the right side they go as they try to go with angular soccer on the play, trying to get those passing combinations going, but they're just not quite clicking out here tonight on that pass by Rubicki.
Wheeler with a throw in right in front of us.
Niehoff gets it inbounds. Got it on the play to Colin Fritz, the talented striker. Laser beam, but too much spin on the ball counterclockwise. And now that will allow Coach Bach to go to the bench again as Morgan will come out of there for the Bearcats.
Tech Credit Union can offer you to pay off your debt sooner with a debt consolidation loan by combining higher interest rate credit card balances and other loans into a single low interest rate loan. You'll save money on interest charges and enjoy a monthly payment that's more affordable. Right now, you can borrow up to $25,000 at a low annual fixed rate of 8.99. For details, visit Tech Credit Union online at techcu.org or call the lending specialist at 800-276-TECH at 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is a equal opportunity lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Offer may end or change without notice.
Forced centering pass looking for Brendan Melvin, the freshman, who's got a goal tonight. He gets the return pass now on the play in the corner. 12:20 remaining in the match. Cougars trying to get out of their own end, and now they're finally going to call a foul on Wheeler there. So now the Cougars are able to regroup.
7th free kick of the game for the Cougars.
Nice job by Woods with some forechecking there for the Bearcats, trying to get it over to Cam 4. Knocked down by D. Simone, and now you get some midfield support for Moritz. Right side now to Henson, who's played a very strong game in the back line. Miss hit on the play, goes right back to Whitfoot. As a shot that time off the right foot of Vega, harmlessly back to his keeper.
And that's crediting the defense by staying up and keeping that distance for the keeper to be able to work with.
Yeah, the Cougars playing a little bit too much long ball now.
Yeah, they've been kind of doing that all game. That's been what they've really were working on in the first half, and they almost had their chances.
Student athletes right now starting to show a little bit of fatigue out there with the humidity as they go give and go to the far side to Orlich. Orlich's centering pass now knocked down at the 18. And regrouping on the play again is a sweeper Vega for the Cougars. Now Myra's got the speed up there. They got to try to get him loose on that right wing and then get that cross on the play over to Montgomery.
Well, Montgomery's fast too. I mean, they've got a lot of wheels up front. They're just kind of one-dimensional right now. Now we got Montgomery trying to make a break through the defense on a give and go, but it was stopped well by the defense. That was number 10 back there, Asher for the Bearcats.
10:44 remaining in the match. 2-0 lead for the Bearcats. If you're just joining us, a goal on the play by Brendan Melvin, the freshman, at 44-31 off a beautiful cross by Cam 4, gave the Bearcats the lead. And then 4 minutes and 20 seconds later, Cam with an unassisted goal as 4 put it in from the right wing. Now right side it goes with 10:19 remaining. 2-0 lead for the Wheeler Bearcats. Counter on the play by Metzger. Long ball back deep into the zone will dribble into the box, and an easy scoop up for Whitfoot now as he tries to get it back to the midfield area.
A couple get wells to John Hutchins. Hutchins got our Hobart's head coach, got out of the hospital now. He had his appendix attack, so he's back and hopes to recover and be back with the team here shortly. And get well to Bob Locke's father-in-law, Leroy, who's sick down in Arkansas. So Cindy's down there with him right now. So hope he recovers soon and gets back on his feet.
Now D. Simone with a centering pass off to the right side, and they got 4 offside here on the near touchline. The linesman had it called right away. Yeah, that's a scary situation with a burst appendix, and we certainly wish Coach Hutch all the best. The plan is for the Andrean 59ers and the Hobart Brickies to replay that game coming up this Thursday. I don't know what the turnaround time is on a burst appendix, Kent, but I don't know if Hutch is going to be on the sidelines on Thursday.
Well, since now they can use electronic devices,
true,
he could be up in the box.
Yeah, a little bit less invasive procedures now with, of course, the electric laser approach. So see what happens on that one. But nonetheless, we talked about Hobart with a lot more numbers this season.
A good
more
turnout
kids coming out. Over 30 kids.
Over 30 kids coming back out. So that's a good thing. So he's excited about the program and hope we can turn it around.
Header on the play by Conley. He gets some help now from the aforementioned Vega, who chips it off of Melvin over the touchline. And now the Cougars got to start showing some signs of urgency here with 8:25 remaining. The problem is, Kent, the will might be there, but the body may not with all the humidity.
Yeah, it's a tough match right now for them. Down 2-0 with 8 minutes to go. I mean, you've got to start doing some things differently. You got to start thinking differently, put the ball up there, and just go for the gusto.
Niehoff now brings it from right to left over the midfield stripe, centering pass near side on the play, picked up by Likens. Looking deep now into the offensive third on the play. Good job by Henson to seal off the goal line there for the Bearcats. Henson's done a solid job there in the back line, of course, along with Patrick Berg. Berg has been very, very aggressive coming out from between the pipes to intercept those crosses that the Cougars have had. As now Elmira, who's basically run a cross-country meet out there tonight, is going to finally get a rest, and he's really gassed.
I've often wanted to see a kid wear one of those pedometers through a soccer game to see how many miles they actually run.
Montgomery now looking off the far side on the play for Shearer.
Oh, good check.
Josh trying to get the right foot free, goes back to the midfield third, centering pass in the area, looking for Montgomery again. A lot of passing, but not a lot of shooting right now for the red and white. Now they were going to call a foul over there. Now Montgomery had a chance to tip it over to Fritz. And again, a good job by the back line of the Bearcats is again, number 18 getting in there, Ethan Woods with a nice play. Now 4 waiting for some help, and they're going to call offside here on the near side with Brendan Melvin.
Melvin had a nice run on the far side, and they tried to time it. Cam tried to time it just perfectly over the defense, but Melvin just got to step out in front on the far side.
Dave Bach pleading his case out there, but
no avail.
Yep, going to go on deaf ears. 6:27 remaining in this one. 2-0 lead for the Wheeler Bearcats. Cam 4 with a goal and an assist tonight. Near sideline now to Jordan Likens. Cougars red and white moving from right to left, trying to make it a one-goal game and have a last push here in the last 5 minutes. If you're just joining us, the Cougars with 4 hit posts tonight.
Yeah.
2 on one play, a crossbar to boot.
Yeah, they're definitely snake bit tonight. They've had their opportunities, or they haven't been denied that. It's just they just couldn't put it on the net. They certainly got it down to putting it on the post.
One play, the rebound came off the post, and now we're going to have a card issued on the play.
Frustration card
and
issued.
And that will go to number 18, Cole Rabicki, a sophomore, and that card will come in the 74th minute of the match. And now the central officials explaining why cards flew to head coach Jason Vanderwood. Nice close-up there by Adam Demery, who's done a stellar job tonight as well on the camera. Cross now on the play, 50-50 ball, and Whitfoot went right out there and took it off the noggin of Cam Four.
Cam Four did a nice job of getting in front of him, tried to shield him, and tried to go up and just try and backhand it in. But good job there by the keeper to just go over the top and knock the ball away.
Throw in now by Jordan Likens, intercepted by D. Simone. Here comes Moritz now for the Bearcats, looking on the left wing, opportunity for four, and he chipped it. And once again, the near linesman has the Bearcats offside.
It's getting a little bit anxious there, but it was a nice setup over there. Nice setup. They're getting confident in their ability to score right now. They're getting confident in their formations. They just now got to get a little less anxious. Now we got another card being issued to another KV person.
Like Tish is going to get the gate now, so the frustration starting to build here from
heat and frustration taking its toll on KV right now.
Want to thank the great folks down in Lamont, including Dave Long, State Farm Insurance, for sponsoring tonight's game. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in Devant, wishes the Kankakee Valley Cougars the best of luck in their quest for a Northwest Crossroads Conference title, as well as success in the postseason. And now they're going to stop the clock with exactly 4 minutes remaining, as Jason Vanderwood right now is going to discuss some dinner plans here with the central official. Keep in mind that we'll be back on the radio, doubleheader coming up with you tomorrow. As there you see the exact 4 minutes remaining on the clock here and a 2-0 lead for the Bearcats. Tomorrow, Kent and I will be down in Wheatfield, the home of the Cougars, on the girls' side of things as the Munster Mustangs take on KV. Pre-game show at 6:15 with kickoff at 6:30 or approximately thereafter on 12:30 a.m. WJOB, RRSN.com, and Regional Radio Sports. Adam Demery, along with John Fesco, will be on 95.9 FM WEFM for the girls' matchup between Chesterton and Valparaiso. And then Dr. Fesco and I will flip it over on the other side of things, on the boys' side of things, the following night at Viking Arena. It should be a dandy on the boys' side, Valparaiso and Chesterton.
Yeah, both highly rated in the area, both rated in the state. Chesterton on a severe roll right now, winning the last 3 games, not even having a goal scored against them.
So they're going to reset the clock now at 4:40 remaining in the match, so that gives the Kankakee Valley Cougars some extra time on the clock. 2-0 lead in the match. Wheeler 0-1 so far in the year with that 6-2 loss earlier to East Chicago. Here's the kick now by Asher, knocked down easily by Elmira, who should have the batteries recharged now for this final 4.5.
Well, they kind of moved him back on the defense so he can get a little rest in, get him off that front line so he's not charging so hard.
Brian Smith now on the right wing for the Cougars, as here's the counter by Hanley. Good job by Elmira to get in there. Now the Cougars trying to get the counter, but that midfield being controlled by D. Simone and the Bearcats. Joey gets the return passes. They just kind of play keep away now to Moore. It's just outside the 18, and a little bit too much under the soccer ball on that one as the Cougar defense collapsed in their portion of the midfield third. Metzger's going to come back in now, or check that.
Are you in the market for a new or used car or truck? Stop by Christensen Chevy in Highland for its Christmas in July sale. Extended to the end of August, Christensen has great deals and financing plans available on the all-new 2014 Chevy Impala and many other 2013 Chevys in stock. Located at 9700 Indianapolis Boulevard, Christensen Chevy has an accredited body shop and accepts all credit applications. The phone number is 888-999-9141, and the website is www.christensenchevy.com.
Niehoff now in a 50-50 ball, wins it to Elmira. Good job of getting in there nicely by Ethan Woods for the Bearcats, who's played strong off the bench here in the second half. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the match. The Bearcats in control, up by 2.
Well played on both sides, actually. I mean, some frustrations coming out. The ref has let them play soccer, hasn't, called a real tight game. The yellow cards of late coming out. Now we got a breakaway here, almost a breakaway here there for the Bearcats, but the defense closed on them quickly.
Yeah, Conley has played a solid game in the back line for the Cougars tonight. Now D. Simone's pass intercepted on a chest trap out here by Michael Vega. Vega's also done a great job. Keep in mind the Cougars are missing their starting sweeper, Cody Sisma. He'll be back in about 3 games. So Vega has done a pretty decent job back there defensively, except for a couple lapses tonight. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this match as Cam Four now goes with some angular soccer to the far side to Michael Johnson. Johnson now gets the return pass, crossover dribbling ability in the midfield third to Hanley. Hanley now with a spinorama move with his back to the defense. And now the Cougars come back on the counter. 1:51 left. Elmira, chip shot here to Colin Fritz on the left wing midfield third. Colin now with a chip shot looking for Montgomery. He's 1-on-4. He needs some help. Tries desperately to gain control on the play.
But you see KV's pretty gassed, Mike. There's nobody's going up. I mean, they're all just kind of hanging back. Now, they got to bring everybody up and just let it go. If this was hockey, you'd be pulling your tender by now.
Right, and, if it's 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, what's the difference? Add another striker up there. They're playing the 3-forward position as it is, but maybe somebody from that offensive third to get up there.
Well, they need to pull some people up on top because they're just trying to do it with their 3 guys up front, and they're just gassed. So it's it's unfortunate for them right now, and maybe they'll change their formation when they get their striker or their sweeper back. But right now they're just not getting anything going up top, and I think fatigue's got a lot to do with it.
1 minute remaining in the match here. The Bearcats up by 2, looking for more with Hanley. Chip shot on the play, looking for Melvin, and a great job there by Whitfoot to corral that ball before any damage could be done.
Yeah, good block out there by Niehoff to go ahead and shield the attacker away. But the keeper did a nice job of just coming over there and pulling it back in.
Elmira spinorama move with a half a minute remaining. Wheeler up 2-0, trying to go to 1-1 on the season with Moritz. Looking for Hanley. It gets by him, picked back up by Elmira. He'll go to Niehoff. 18 seconds remaining. Niehoff now headmans it up on the play to Elmira with 12 seconds left. Chip shot over the midfield stripe as Henson now will just play the defender on the play. Crossover dribble nutmeg is controlled by D. Simone with 4. And the sands of the hourglass are going to run out here on the Kankakee Valley Cougars. A valiant effort by Jason Vanderwood's ball club, but a terrific effort as you listen to the crowd here after the match, giving the Wheeler Bearcats a well-deserved round of applause as David Bach, their fine head coach, comes out and congratulates the Bearcats as they pick up their first win of the season out here tonight, and they do so by a score of 2-0. So the Wheeler Bearcats will improve on the season to 1-1, and the Cougars from Kankakee Valley, Kent, as you mentioned, snake bit tonight. They fall now to 0-3 on the season, and an inch here or an inch there, and it would have been woulda, coulda, shoulda tonight for the Cougars.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they came out with a good, fast effort up top. They're going over the top. They're putting things on mark, and you could just see as the game progressed, they started to wear out and wear down. They had a good little foray there in the second half at about midway, 3/4 through the second half, where it looked like that they were going to be able to put some things together and get some goals in there, but it just kind of died out. But, the Wheeler Bearcats played a steady game all the way through. They didn't do anything really fancy. They didn't lose composure. They kept a good, solid defense back there. So, hats off to them. But, I feel for the KV coach. He's, it seems like, what do I got to do to win here to get something going? You lose to Rensselaer 6-5. And now you hit the crossbar and you hit the post 4 times and you end up losing this game. So they've got the tools. I mean, they've got the tools. They've just got to put it all together.
Bearcats now coming here to the near sideline. Nice round of applause for them as they come over here and get the adulation from their fans out here as they get that first win. That's always the big one to get the monkey off the back on the season. And with the win, as we mentioned, the Bearcats now evening up that slate at 1 apiece. And our post-game report tonight is brought to you by Value Flooring. It's a name to trust. We are a residential and commercial flooring contractor in the Valparaiso area, offering a wide range of flooring services that include carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic, plus custom installation as well as design solutions. Value Flooring, a family-owned and operated business for over 10 years. And exceptional value and exceptional service can be found at Value Flooring. You can also check them out at the web at valueflooring.com. Special thanks go out to Carrie Abring and the great folks over at Value Flooring. Also, we want to thank Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Dave Long, a proud supporter of the Kankakee Valley Cougars in their match tonight against the Wheeler Bearcats. And special thanks as well go out to the Wheeler Boys Soccer Boosters tonight for helping us with the video cast. The Wheeler Boys Soccer Boosters, proud supporter of the Bearcats in their quest for Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference success, as well as postseason endeavors coming up here in October. First goal of the ball game, Kent, scored by Brendan Melvin, their freshman, at 44-31 off the feed from Cam Ford, and that was a beautiful cross by Ford.
Yeah, that was an excellent cross, and like I said before, I give credit to Melvin. I mean, he was where he was supposed to be. He was following the play. He was on the far side. He knew what was going to happen. He knew the ball was coming across. Stayed in position, didn't get up too tight, was able to control the ball and then put it away.
And then only 4 minutes and 26 seconds later, on a defensive breakdown by the Cougars on the left wing, Ford was able to get free, and he was able to tickle the onion sack on the right wing. As we mentioned, Cam had 8 goals last year along with a helper, and that one there, don't know if that was a miss hit, Ken, or if that was intentional, but it certainly worked well because it did fool Whitfoot.
Yeah, it did, because he was diving hard to the right, and then the kick went back over to the far post. It didn't have a lot on it. Was it a changeup? I don't know, but maybe he just missed hit it, but nobody could react to get back over and get it, and it was a terrible sight for Whitfoot to have to look over there and see the ball just rolling in the goal, and you can't get back over to get it.
Ketch, you got our final numbers in tonight's match.
Final numbers. Remember at halftime it was pretty even up all the way down the line. All the numbers were evened up, but Wheeler kind of took off in the second half. Outshot the KV Cougars 6-3, so they ended up with 12 shots on goal. 2 of them successful. KV came in, had only 3 shots in the second half, so they finished up with 9 goals. Corner kicks were even up. The keeper saves, Berg had 2, and Whitfoot had 4. A lot of errant shots there, but a lot off the post by KV, so Berg didn't have to save those. Direct kicks fairly evened up. 7 for KV, 1 indirect for KV. The Wheeler Bearcats had 10 direct kicks, 1 indirect. So fairly well-played game, but I think fatigue just finally got to KV. They just kind of wore out there at the end. They got Wheeler Bearcats got some adrenaline going there after they scored a couple goals, was able to carry them through the second half, to fight the fatigue. So hats off to Wheeler. They've got a young squad. They got a lot to build from. KV, they got the tools. It's just a matter of putting a game plan together that's going to work.
Well, things don't get any easier for Jason Vanderwood and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. They got to go to the Munster Mustang Den over at Mustang Field to take on Jim Persopoulos.
Oh, boy.
Then they go to Maryville. So 2 very tough road matches there for the Cougars. Meanwhile, the Bearcats, they're going to have an interesting matchup coming up against Steve Coates' Morgan Township Cherokees, and then a big match coming up in the NWISC against defending sectional champion Marquette.
Yeah, so they've got their hands full there. They might be able to build a little bit more momentum with Morgan Township, but these kind of schools like to play each other really hard. So it's they got things to work off of here. They got a lot of building blocks that they can do a lot of good things with.
And once again, our radio schedule for the rest of the week. We're going to be in Porter County as well as down in DeMont the rest of this week. Doubleheader tomorrow here on Regional Radio Sports at 6:15. Yours truly, along with Ken Rosenbaum, will be down in DeMont for the girls matchup between the Kankakee Valley Cougars and the Munster Mustangs. Pregame show at 6:15 with kickoff a little bit after 6:30 on 12:30 a.m. WJOB, RRSN.com, and Regional Radio Sports. Adam Demery is going to make his broadcasting debut on the radio tomorrow over at the Field of Troy in Chesterton and Dumoulin Athletic Conference girls style, as Adam and John Fesco will be at the call of that big matchup between the Chesterton Trojans and the Valparaiso Vikings against 6:15 with the pregame on that one. And then John Fesco and I, along with Adam, will be over at Viking Arena on the campus of Thomas Jefferson Middle School in Valparaiso, as the Lady Vikings from Valparaiso will be, it'll be the boys side of things, as Danny Yeftich and the boys from Valparaiso will be hosting the Chesterton Trojans. Time now to name our Centier Bank performers of the game on both sides of the sideline here. Kent, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking of Cameron Four for
Sure.
He's got a goal and a and an assist for the day. I thought he had a nice job out there of even setting up some other plays. On the KV side, I liked Reyes down the middle.
Okay.
Did a lot of good work there, trying to set things up. If he would add some help in the middle, he probably maybe had a different outcome today. But those are the two guys I was impressed with through the game.
So Cam Ford, the fine forward for the Wheeler Bearcats, with a goal and assist tonight for the senior. And Daniel Reyes, the senior leader in the midfield for the Cougars. They get our Centier Bank performers of the ball game in tonight's action. So again, we want to thank Centier Bank for their terrific support here of student athletes in Northwest Indiana. Coverage of exciting Northwest Indiana boys soccer action here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports during the 2013 is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, by ArcelorMittal, and by Scapel Buick GMC on West Lincoln Avenue in Maryville. Teachers Credit Union on the web at tcunet.com. We also want to thank Christensen Chevrolet as well for their particular support in today's ball game. Also, the United States Marine Corps. You can look them up online at marines.com. Also by Centier Bank. Breakthrough Podiatry, knowyourfeet.com. Horizon Bank, exceptional service and sensible advice. Also, thanks go out to Omni 41 and Parisi Speed School. Schwartz Redson and Company on 86th Avenue in Maryville. Albert's Diamond Jewelers, with over 100 years of service and has the largest selection of brilliant diamonds in the Midwest. Levin Tire, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918. Tech Credit Union. Also the Northwest Indiana Soccer League on the web at nwisl.com. The Tauber Law Offices on Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville for all your legal needs. Also the Millennium Soccer Club. Tryouts coming up at the end of October. And finally, last but not least, we want to thank our game sponsors today of this live video cast. Value Flooring, located at 1515 Roosevelt Road in Valparaiso. Check them out on the web at valueflooringvelpo.com. Dave Long, State Farm Insurance in DeMont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And the Wheeler Boys Soccer High School Boosters, we want to thank them for stepping up and helping us with tonight's video cast. Special thanks go out to Randy Stelter, the athletic director here at Wheeler High School, for his terrific hospitality. Thanks go out to Jason Vanderwood along with David Bach, the head coaches of Kankakee Valley and Wheeler respectively, for pregame interview accessibility and statistics prior to tonight's game. So for Adam Demery along with Ken Rosenbaum, this is Mike Knezovich saying so long from Union Township, where the Wheeler Bearcats pick up win number 1 on a 2013 campaign with a 2-0 shutout victory over the Kankakee Valley Cougars. We'll talk to you with soccer action all over Northwest Indiana tomorrow, beginning at 6:15 with the pregame and 6:30 with kickoff, right here on RRSN.com and the Regional Radio Sports Network, your ticket to the best seat in the house since 1992. God bless America. God bless you all. Have a safe and wonderful evening, everybody. So long from Wheeler High School.